So this is continuing the FM028 Chinese frame build, and this week I've been thinking about wheels, and well, in fact for the last month I've been thinking about wheels. It's quite complicated because I didn't want to spend too much money for what's going to be a budget bike. I initially was, I've already got some Campag on Mavic Open Pros, and I was thinking about doing the same thing again. But then I started looking at something a bit snazzier because I didn't want to the bike to look too old school. So I was considering factory wheels, but there's not a great deal in the €200, £200 range that's particularly interesting. Finally, I went into my local bike shop, Routan's in Grenoble yesterday, and they've got a sale on. It's sale time in France, and they had these, and it's a wheel I've been considering. They had these Ultegra WH-6700 wheels. It's a factory wheel from Shimano. It's the second in their range, just below the Dura Race. Here's the front wheel. It's got a nice nice hub. It's a cone hub, so servicing's fairly easy, and they're generally thought to be a little bit better than cartridge hubs. And the front is 16 spoke laced radially, which is pretty common. And the important thing about the wheel is it's, as you can see, there's no spoke eyes here, so it can take a tubeless tyre if you want to go tubeless. Tubeless is still a little bit expensive though, so I'm going to run with tubes. And here's the rear wheel, and if I come in a little bit, you'll see that it's got straight spokes on. The bike shop promises me they can get spare spokes if I have any breakages, but they say they've sold loads of these wheels with no problems whatsoever. It's an aerodynamic butted spoke, laced straight, so there's no elbows providing weakness. That should be fairly strong, and it's 20 spokes rear. They say they're bomb proof. Well, we'll find out in the riding. I've seen pretty good reviews for these on Bike Radar, Road Bike Review, etc. So now the weigh in. Let's see, they're supposed to be about 1660 the pair, so let's not altogether easy to weigh bike wheels, but we'll see if we can balance it. What have we got there? 700 grams, 702 grams for the front, and for the rear, ooh, perfect, 967, let's say 970, that gives us 1670. It's pretty much spot on for what they claim. Of course, you have to add skewers to that, and a tyre, and an inner tube. So skewers are less important because they're in the centre of the wheel, so it's not rotating weight. 120 grams for a pair of skewers, so you're at 1790 including skewers, which is pretty light. It's sort of moderately light. Tyre, I'm going to put on these. This is a road bike review recommendation. Grand Prix 4000S from Continental. They're supposed to be 200 grams, I believe. 215 on the scales. And finally, the local bike shop recommended putting on just Michelin butyl tubes, fairly bog standard tube. He said they're better than the latex. 100 grams. There were 95 on his scales. I think he's got I think my scales are more accurate than the bike shop ones. So there you have it, about 2 kilograms with tyres and tubes. Of course I can run tubeless, so that will save a bit of rotating weight in the future if I go that route.